Oh, Spencer here. Today we are doing a new Watch Me build of the Ultimate Fantastic Four. So I've been unknown about what to do next. I've thought of a few ideas, but you know, just 5 figures, and we're done. Yeah, that's all we need to do. So this should be pretty cool. As you can see, these are not standard figures, and they're not like your traditional Fantastic Four. I do have them as well, which I might get as a comparison. But, you know, we are going to be jumping into these, and I just realised I forgot to get something out which I need to get in a minute. And we're going to be jumping into these and getting cracking on with these figures themselves, because I'm very excited to do these. Now, the Human Torch is one that is pretty much already done, although one thing has happened in getting these out, which we will address in just a moment. You may notice a lot of these actually have the same things. So these legs here, which you see from Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic here, are both used from the actual Mr. Fantastic figure, which you did get from the Fantastic Four Classics line. I want to say that. I don't know. I can't actually remember the line. But yeah, it came out with quite a few. There was a version released for all of these. There was one of the thing, but it had no movement. That's also what this thing is from, and I have a second one which I can show you what it looks like without the sculpt. And also the Human Torch is from that as well. Now this is from the Ronin series. It's just an extended Mr. Fantastic with a different head and some glasses, which look pretty rubbish. And I've done some lines onto that, which I was eventually going to get around to. So let's talk about the actual what we have done. So this here is, like I said, Mr. Fantastic. The head is actually a old Fantastic Four box set Mr. Fantastic head. Slightly altered the hair to make it look, so just kind of, it was a young looking face, I thought. I don't know if I'm going to stick to the head. I feel like I had an idea for an alternative, but for now, for life of me, I cannot remember who I had decided on. But yeah, this one comes with basically long arms only, like these, and I didn't like them. I wanted him to have small arms, and then I was going to make him some long arms that I can attach on, which I'm still planning to do, but we'll get to that. But yeah, these arms are actually just a symbiote Spider-Man from the... I couldn't even tell you what line. I really can't. It's a Marvel Legend one. It was the first release of the... No, it was the second release of the Black Suit Spider-Man. Did they actually do a Spider-Man Classics version of that? No, I can't remember. I don't know. Whatever, it's an old Spider-Man Classics one. Same buck as the Mr. Fantastic head. Invisible Woman here is, like I said, Mr. Fantastic hips, because it's got T-cut hips, whereas the Psylocke had Y-cut hips. Psylocke upper torso, as you can see. A bit of sculpting there to hide some of the actual joints, like the waist articulation, because I hated them joints, because I was an idiot back then. Same as I did with his wrists here. She has got black cat, Toyba's black cat hands, much like my Storm and Marvel Girl, so it's finger articulation. And this, I want to say, is an Invisible Woman head from the Ronin wave. It looks like that. Now, let's get these two. Let's talk about the kind of elephant in the room. Unfortunately, when I went to bed in this arm, it snapped. Now, this Toy Biz Ultimate Fantasy Four Human Torch figure is a great figure. I have actually destroyed this and put it back together. So, the only problem with this figure is there's two problems with it. One, it doesn't have any live gimmick, but it does have like mechanical gimmicks in there, and the arms are solid. So if you look at this one, you see, don't know how well you can see, there's a hole in there. Yeah, you can see that. So basically there was this arm used to just be solid like this. There was no bend in it whatsoever, and it used to just be a spring in there, and basically would fire a projectile, flame projectile. This one, nothing, but it used to have like a spring load gimmick here, so you pull it back and then it fling forward and you could throw a fireball. Very cool. But neither had joints, they were just basically stuck straight poses. What I did is I got two of these, and I've actually cut the knee joint here, and I've glued it here and here, so it's kind of, I don't know how you can see it, just one peg. I don't want to do like that. It's kind of just one disc there, so it's basically this part here and this part here glued on. So this is actually the upper thigh, and this is the lower calf, because it's like narrower. I think sounds right. tried to cut it around the flame there, so it hides it very well. Obviously, there is a cut there, and you can see the cut, but thankfully, because it's translucent, it's not that obvious. And you just get a nice, good bend there. Better than 90, so better than some double joints, so I'm quite happy with that. Cut him open, took out the innards, so no more spring loaders, just standard things. Did trim a bit of the ball joint here, so he can get his arms out higher if I want. So yeah, just need to literally glue this back on. Honestly, I'd recommend it. It's really, really cool, very easy to do. And then you've got an articulated action figure. Now, unfortunately, I cut the waist joint, so I've lost that, so I might buy another one of these at some point and redo that. But I do have up thigh rotation and double knees and whatnot. I might try and do my hip trick with these. The problem I've got is because that's so hollow, I don't know how that's going to work. I might just save it and leave it as the flame hands for now. But yeah, once I fix his arm back on, he is good to go. Now, here's an Ultimate Spider-Man next to him. So the Human Torch is about a year or two older than him in the Ultimate Comics, so that scaling isn't terrible. Not terrible. So yeah, I just need to reattach that. Okay, so here is how the thing actually looks when you first buy them in the shops. You can pick this one up very, very cheap on eBay. It's a pretty solid figure, T-cut hips, articulated fingers, even like there's a bend here. Doesn't need to be bend there. bend there, and a hinge there. But as you can see, he's got a very wide stance, and that is as low as they can get. This is why you see... Wow, that was loud. This is why you see there's some sculpt work here, because I basically cut all this out to get his legs closer, and I've even cut out some of the inner thigh there to get the legs to go further in. I'm going to sand that down, get that nice and smooth. And the gimmick thing here is there's a button on the back. You press that, and his arms do something dramatic. I don't know, one sec. So they put their arms up and they go, ah, 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 Hulk, not Hulk, things person. I hate those stupid gimmicks. So my one, got rid of the button, completely took it off. Now, one thing I do want to do with this thing, which is, see, he's pretty close, you know, I got quite close to doing it. I've resculpted some of the waist, and I'm very torn about this. I think I'm going to do it because I want to make a really good thing. I'm going to add this. So I'm going to take this section here, and I'm going to stick it here. I think I'm going to cut the neck off and stick the neck on there. For the simple fact is, I want him to have some ab crunch, because this torso has a lot of range in it. It's great range. So I think I might actually just cut this, see if I can get it on there. What I might do actually, as I have two of these, I might go. I might just start fresh, because then I've always got this to fall back on. So I might try and put this on here, then do a brand new sculpt on all of this and see how that works. And then if it works, we can then either adjust these or swap these or whatever. So that's the plan with them. Now, I very lightly touched on the Invisible Girl because there's a few options here really. I can use this mold, which is already good to go basically, but it's quite an adult mold, and she's a young adult, bit like the Marvel X-Men, bit like the X-Men, but maybe a bit older than them. So I don't think I'm going to do this one. I could go for something like this. That's not a bad one, but then you've got this sculpt here, which I really don't want to play with the boob. You've got the sculpt of the torso there I don't want to use, and I might use something like this for like a classic skull. Emma Frost, classic Emma Frost later down the road. So I'm thinking I might leave that one. Although I do really like that face. Maybe. Got this one here, which is an arachnid. I think this is too young. I think that's just too young body mold. But then there's this one here. So this is not a bad body mold at all actually. It's quite a good scale, quite a good size. I quite like it. And yeah, I'm quite happy with it overall. But obviously not the head. And that quiver would work perfect with Ultimate Hawkeye, because I think he has this on his hip like that in Ultimate. So maybe. But Hazel actually suggested one. Because I have two of these. What about Jewel? I think Jewel's actually pretty good. I quite like the hair, I quite like the face, and I like the build. Build is pretty similar, works pretty well. I think it's the same build as this one. As a Kate Bishop, yeah, I think it is. So I think that's what I'm going to use, one of these two figures as my base. Now this Kate Bishop unfortunately has two left feet. It's like, no, that's just the expression, but no, she really does. It's not standing for me. But then I've got a spare Moon Knight as well. So while I'm not going to use this body, because this is a very suited body, can use something else. That head though, very pretty, very petite. I really quite like that head. So I might pinch this head for something. Just trying to pull the head off. Didn't want to come. There's the hair. Man, that didn't want to come. Let's see how well this head fits on one of these. Let's try you for now. Ow. Ow! Man, that did not want to go on. That is pretty good. Quite happy with that. Now, a lot of you are probably going to get upset with me if I do use a Jewel. But I've seen her go on eBay for like 13 quid now, so please don't. So, that's roughly the plan, but you know, with my last watch build, if you watch that, you're aware, these plans tend to change. Alright, so now for my main character. So, the main long version of him, as you can see, I've already started dribbling some lines into him, which match the uniform, so there's that. I still need to sculpt the boxes on the arms, see, like these, and the legs. Now the legs aren't going to be an issue because they're hard plastic, so they should fit fine. Just need to sand down the boots. The arms, on the other hand, they're rubber, so I'm concerned if I do glue, I probably will have to glue them on there for them to stay. So I don't know how well that's going to work with the paint job as well. Man, them feet are rubbish. Okay, so for Mr. Fantastic standard figure, standard base, I was trying to decide what I want to use for his mould. Do I want to use like a Peter Parker? But no, I think that's too young. And he does seem a bit older than Parker. So I could use like a lower, bit smaller one, like a Superior Spider-Man. Or I could even just grab the actual release of Mr. Fantastic that has come out recently and choose that. And honestly, I was tempted to do that, but I'm not going to. I've decided, I was contemplating using like a Bucky Cat mold, but I think these things are way too tall, way too bulky for Mr. Fantastic. He's just a bit of a slimmer guy. So yeah, it's got to be a slim build like Mr. Fantastic here or Superior Spider-Man, but too hunched. So I could use a Iron Fist because I've got two of these, but I don't think I will. So the body I think I've decided to use for the base for my Mr. Fantastic is actually, there's some irony in this here, which some of you are going to love, some of you are going to hate. It's my custom movie Donatello. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. What? You're all wondering what's happened to him. Has I got any further? Have I got any further? But I haven't got any further with him since you guys have all seen the video. And I've not given up on them. I have just had a rethink of them. Honestly, I felt like I was thinking too small when it comes to this guy. So I'm going to come back to these lay date, but with a larger base figure. So that means I'm no longer going to be using the legends for my bases for the turtles. So let's here's the head. Right, let's get rid of these two. So here is the stuff from the Ninja Turtle. I really hate these feet. So I need to reassemble this, which isn't going to be the end of the world. And I need to get these feet off, which again, not that difficult. Pop that off, and then we'll do some sculpting to kind of lose some of the muscle definition, because he doesn't need it. He's all about his brains, not his muscles. So we might try this. I basically want to kind of go for a bit more of a similar kind of, see how it's ruffled there, which I might go for here. And I don't care that we're going to lose the butterfly joint here, because I don't care for it anyway. So it's not needed for this character. So that's the plan, which I decided on. Now, before we get cracking all that, the only thing I need to make a decision is the head. So I think I'm going to try and stick to his head for a bit, maybe tidy the hair up, and then maybe just try and get rid of some of these things. Like I've got these glasses, wow. Just wow. I might try and keep them, don't know, we'll decide. We'll see. But anyway, so I'm going to position this thing up there, and yeah, we'll see what we can do today. Okay, so I think we're about where we're ready to go. I've managed to figure out what's going where. So we basically just need to pop these feet off, pop his head off, reattach everything I can. Well, that for starters can just pop in there. Right, so let's get cracking. Oh, I've just had a really good idea when it comes to these. Oh, that's a very cool idea. Right, okay. So we're going to get hairdryer out, heat these up, heat that up, see what we can do. Right, so I've just suddenly realised, like an idiot, that I was actually using my phone instead of my actual camera. That's why the quality is going to flip from the change to that, to this, now this. Right, let's get hair drying. Sorry about that. Man, that's super rubbery. Don't think it's going to go on there though. Nope, that's going to take a lot of work in there. Not the right size peg hole. Alright, at least it's off though. I have just had an idea. Oh, son of a gun, that actually might work. And that would be a lot easier. Who can figure out my idea? Alright. I need a screwdriver. So I just spent 10 minutes looking for my screwdriver, or my penknife rather, which I'm using my screwdriver. And it was there. There's a table right there. Come on, try and take two splits for me. Has it heated up enough? I don't know. Wow, that's like pretty on there. Don't I think I can do it, Captain? Oh, there we go. As I say the word. Right. I'm not finished with him. I have more ideas More ideas. I know. It's just full of these ideas. It's crazy. Right, let's get the feet off. I don't think the peg is going to migrate. The hole looks good though. Pliers, Captain. Need to get some WD-40 in these things. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go? Oh my gosh. Really need to get some WD-40 in these things. What the actual? So it's like on. Alright, back, try again. That actually doesn't look terrible. Slight clippage there, but they have just had another idea. Man, I thought that would pop off a lot easier than that. Right. I don't think it's going to work, but we're going to try. We're going to try. I'm going to cut here, and we're going to pop this up here, put it on there. I don't even know what I'm doing in my accent right now. Alright, let's get this stuff together. Shouldn't need long, just pop on. And pop on. Owie. Success! One down. One to go. So, when I actually come to do these videos, I generally sometimes, you probably can tell quite by watching them, have no idea what I'm doing. I don't like, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'll do that and I'll work on that and that's it, and that's those sometimes follow through, like my Witness Soldier. That was pretty much, I knew what I was doing to start. The only thing I didn't know is what guns to use and where and how to do the holsters, things like this. My initial plan was basically just use this, do a head swap, done. Not doing that anymore. Well, and a paint job. We're not doing that anymore, are we? Now we're using this, which has been modded. We're now swapping the legs out, which is different. We're now then going to be doing some other things, which is going to be different. So it's just how it goes. It's one of the things I love about this doing this is you go in there with an intention of an idea of who you want to make. And I knew I wanted to make an Optimus Fantastic, and I had a rough idea of where I was going, but not an end result. Whereas things like people like Craig Warwick, man's a legend, and his work is so good. I've mentioned him a few times in my videos, but he methodically will research, draw, design, try, error, try, error, try, error, until he gets it just right. And he's just absolute legend. You watch his Kang, he did one video showing how he made that figure, and the amount of research he put into it, the amount of time and effort he put into making that blows my mind. Whereas me, I'm a bit more of a whim guy. I'm like, okay, let's make that. Let's get to a desk and try and see what we can do. Which is pretty much what I'm doing now. Sorry. Alright, I may take these off later, but I just want to tidy it all up, get it all together. Just don't need to glue that. Right, okay, now we're going to take this bugger off, and this is going to be a bugger to come off on because it's glued on. It's not just the way it is. Joy. I tell you what, I was just thinking while I was warming this up, the head that came with this figure, oh my gosh, it's something out of nightmares. How on earth that got a green light to go? It's just like, what the actual, it's truly just like, wow. I'll try and remember to put a picture up on it here while I'm flapping this. It's just like, who on earth thought that was a good idea for Mr. Reed Richards, a young Reed Richards as well. Right. Sorry, my toolbox is over there. Peg, be gone. Right. Now, I don't mind trashing this because bottom line is I know that this works on this. So if this gets destroyed, it's not going to work. Plus, I'm pretty confident I've got at least 2 or maybe 3 more of these. But we shall see. Don't know if I can get it out that much. Never thought I'd say those lines. Battery's fine, got about 40%. Dug my drum lock, so let's put it right away. Right, how much more do I need to go? Okay, safety goggles on. Freaking whistling, why is it whistling at me? And my dog is by the door, like looking at me very strangely. Actually, that's not a bad shout. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe a fraction more. All right. I think if I maybe cut that off, that would help things out a bit as well. let's get it off and we'll see if we can replicate it, and then we'll go from there. Alright, there we go. Oh man. Oh, crap my hands. That hip was a pain in the backside. Right, let's put this back together. Alright, so there, now extra bits. Okay, this thing's literally about to die. I've got 1% left before it will cut out, so I'm going to leave it there. Just going to go rest. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you did like this part. Stay tuned for the next bit where we're going to get his arms attached, and I'm going to come up to my idea how I got an idea. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you on the next bit. See ya.